Hi. It feels kind of odd uploading and like doing an intro or whatever. Yeah, I just had to move to a different room because it's noisy out there and I just wanted to make sure y'all heard me. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here, I'm alive, and that's enough. We in March, you know what I'm saying? We just got into the new year. I'm still feeling it out a little bit, but I feel good. I don't really have no long list of New Year's resolutions. The one prominent thing that I said to myself was I'm going to be doing what I want to do and not what I think I should be doing. I'm going to be focused on being and not focusing on who I think I should be showing up as. But I'm excited about this video. I actually have a guest, my sister, joining me in this video, and she's actually going to be sharing her experience with depression, and we're just going to be talking a little bit about how it affected us and actually how we dealt with it. I don't want to talk too much. If you want to keep up with me, all of my socials will be in the description box below. Also, I am an abstract painting artist, so if you are interested in things like customs or you want to purchase any paintings that I have already made, everything dealing with that is going to be in the description box below. Let's just get straight into the video, y'all. And we are back.
Hi, my name is Tytiana Me'Shele. I also have a YouTube channel if you want to check that out.
Yeah, all of her socials and her YouTube channel and anything, if you want to get connected to her as well, everything about her and connecting with her would be in the description box below. But yeah, I feel like we're just gonna get straight into the video. Let's just share our experiences. What's your first word that you think of when you hear the word depression?
When I think of depression, I don't think of a word. I feel like I think of a phrase. I just think of not yourself. I feel like depression is like a set of emotions. Definitely sad.
Just sad.
You can feel sad, you can feel angry, you can feel confused.
Okay.
In denial.
Denial. Okay, that's a good one. I can agree with that one. Being in denial. You're not responsible, like you're just doing how you feel. You become impulsive, like anything can tick you off and everything gets on your nerves. You're more than likely a loner. How do you know that you've reached a state of depression?
Because only you know when you're not yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and be like, what am I doing? Like when you're like, I don't feel good. Every day I feel this same emotion that makes me feel bad or makes me not want to do this, even though I love this. So,
have you ever been in denial of being depressed?
Yes, I have. For me, when I was around 13, I think I hit depression. I don't know, I didn't want nobody to think I was depressed. I thought it was embarrassing to be depressed. I didn't want to tell my mother, our mother, that I was depressed. I didn't want to have that conversation of why. I always wanted to be to myself in my room. Even though dinner would be ready, I would like fix my plate and go to my room.
You going to your room, like you getting food but going straight to your room, it's kind of like, I know if I stay in this room around these people for a long period of time, they'll be able to see like something could be going on.
You're tired of lying to yourself. You're tired of lying to people, telling that you're okay when you're not okay. Like when you're in such a bad stage, when you're at rock bottom and people ask you if you're okay, they break down so quickly because they want to tell you.
For one, it's the made up conclusion of how you're going to be perceived by being vulnerable, and also just by being honest, telling somebody like, yes, I'm depressed, no, I'm not okay, yes, I need your help. Honestly, I feel like me growing up, I don't know, because I'm not you, but I don't know if you ever looked at me and been like, I can tell she's depressed. I have never lied to myself about being depressed. It's just the point of me thinking, like doing rational actions, like take a bath, get new clothes, or you need to go out with your friends or something like that. Like I would know that I would be depressed, but I would have sympathy towards my depression, not empathy. And when I say sympathy means to fix something, and empathy means to feel. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel like there's an immediate action that I need to take so I won't keep feeling what I know that I'm in. How do you respond to your depression if you're aware it's there? Like, what do you do?
How I respond to it is I'm honest with myself, that's first. And then you have to literally sit down and think, what's making me unhappy? What's that thing in your life that's making you depressed? And whatever it is, remove it. It's just that simple.
So you kind of like sit down and you analyze what you need to cut off.
Not cut off in a sense, but what I need to...
Would you say like re-look at and see what it is?
That's what you gotta do first. You gotta pinpoint what it is first. And then you have to make a decision, either that thing or you.
It makes me think that you think depression is caused by something outside of you.
No, depression could be anything. You could be depressed by your job.
From my understanding, when I think of depression is caused from thinking in the past and your perception. So like you were saying, like your example as far as like your job can make you depressed. For one, we're all emotional creatures, but women, we are very emotional creatures, and sometimes we don't know how to communicate with each other. So if you're a very passive aggressive person and you're always biting your tongue, after so long you get tired of it and it starts biting at your own confidence and just who you are as a person, and that could strike a depressive emotion. Mm-hmm. But if you know how to respond to that emotion, then it's not really depression. You're saying like cut something out or either drop it or deal with it. Where I'm coming from is it's change how you're actually managing it, because the same thing could happen to you. Like again, like you could cut the job out and you can go to a new job. You're not gonna like every person that you come in contact with. Somebody is going to trigger you, or somebody is going to make you step or do something that you never done before. As far as, I won't say fighting for yourself, but trying something new as far as communicating with other people. If you are always biting your tongue, that's gonna bring up another depressive emotion. Like, I just don't get why I go to the new job, even though this new job is paying me more. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of vibe. It's different races or cultures here. It's just, I always run into somebody that make me feel like I can't say what I want to say. And if I keep not saying what I want to say, it makes me feel like I'm not heard. That's bringing a depressive emotion within me. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I feel like that's kind of tapping into what I said. You could change how you manage things.
No closure is closure, or no response is a response.
Right.
I get that.
Okay.
A real passive aggressive person, 9 times out of 10, never says anything. But for the people that actually do have something to say, they want to stay where they are, but they don't know how to make amends, or they don't know how to manage where they are, and they always bite their tongues. That could be destructive internally for them.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's all up to you. You just have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. Before you even respond to being aware that you have depression, it's change your perception on why it's there, why it's coming up. The only person that has the yes or no to how you should feel is you. Okay. I know when I say
I can feel depressed at school at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Just
by looking at this. Who caused me to be depressed?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So when I say depression hits at night, I'm more so of whatever you didn't deal with hits you when you're trying to be quiet. It's hard to be in a state of zero, what I call level 0, or a state of nothingness. Not emptiness, but nothingness, like just being quiet. Mm-hmm. If you could go back as like a guardian angel, what would you tell the reflection of yourself that's in a depressive state? Like, what would you tell that person?
Tell that little girl to wake up in the morning and take it day by day, take it second by second. You're letting that thing take a hold on you, stopping you from being that person that everybody loves to be around. Mm-hmm. All over that one little thing that's making you depressed. Let it go. You will never get that time back that you spent being depressed on something that you will not give a in 6 months to a year. Yep. I like that. I absolutely love that. It's like you said, it's so many different things that we used to worry about that now we look back and it's like, I was stressed over that. I wish I had a time machine. Like, for real, like, ew.
For real?
What?
I would tell myself, 1, breathe. It grounds you, or it brings you back to your reality. Also, look at things for what they are for the first time every time. Right. Because imagination is the most beautiful thing that we could ever have. But if you don't know how to use it, it could turn against you. If you're depressed, the only thing you could continue to emphasize and focus on is the fact that you're sad or you don't like where you are and you feel like nobody gets you, you feel like nobody sees you, nobody hears you, and nobody's actually asking you. Being in a state of accountability, the only person that could take fault for that is you, because you know you're depressed, but we're trying so hard to come off in front of other people like we are not. So we're suffering by choice.
Word for the night: stop believing in what could be and start believing in what you see. I'm gonna tweet that.
Popular demand.
Popular about demand. You know what? Comment down below, baby. Which one do you like? Don't believe in what it could be and believe in what it is, or do you like don't believe in what it could be and believe in what you see?
I think this is really the end of the video. I really appreciate you being in my video and sharing your perspective and actually being vulnerable. And like we were talking about the other day, vulnerable isn't about just crying or being super emotional.
It's about being honest.
Vulnerable is just about being honest. All right, make sure that you give this a thumbs up. And until next time,
estamos aquí, estamos activos, estamos ready por siempre. Bendiciones a todos.